What's up, everyone? DJ Aaron here. Well, I got some updates for you, and the first one we're going to do is the actual Magic Smoke Electronics All Stereo Marathon Group Show channel here on CamUp.tv. Well, the idea has pretty much come forward, and actually, the channel is here. It has come to light. Uh, this is something that I was starting to plan way back in July when I wanted to drop the DJ Aaron Radio All Star Show uh, branding from our group because it was no longer DJ Aaron Radio. When you start doing a group, it's pretty much like a group effort. So we renamed it. We dropped the All Star Show name. We now call it the All Stereo Marathon, which the only difference between ours is we're not stereo dust particles. We're Magic Smoke Electronics. So that's the only difference between ours. Um, this is pretty much my original idea from the very beginning, from the early days back in SDP. I've always wanted to call it the All Stereo Marathon. Over the years, though, when Chris Master 1 got into SDP, he was like, "No, it's mine. I came up with it first." Um, he's got to understand that the idea of the All Stereo Marathon came way before he even joined Stereo Dust Particles. So after I left, uh, due to conflicts within the group, uh, when it came time to do Magic Smoke Electronics, I wanted to go back and do something that was, pretty original, pretty much has the original aspect of how to do it. So this is the original intent, and I think this is how things are going to be when it comes to live streaming. Um, as you could probably tell, you know, this is the channel. What's going to happen is we're actually going to be starting. Um, we're actually going to be starting some testing here pretty soon for this channel. The channel is already up, but we haven't tested out the stream info yet. So either one of these weekends, either this weekend or the following weekend, we're going to be testing out. We're going to be testing out the channel. So that's going to be the main priority right now, because when we do a group show for you guys, let's just say New Year's Eve, we don't want to have a whole ton of issues and something happens or breaks or whatnot. We want to be able to do the show for you the way it's intended to be and not have to have a whole lot of issues. I mean, a few here and there is probably all right, but to have a lot of issues, this is why we are probably going to be testing, because to minimize error and issues is a plus on our part, because at the end of the day, we're giving you good entertainment, and you should get that good entertainment. So um, it's just one of those things where uh, we want to give you that. Uh, so I will be doing a further update on this channel when the time comes, but this channel right now is up and ready to go. So yeah, people can get on cams and have a good old time uh, during the all stereo marathon. And with your favorite casters, you could expect the chat to be pretty much filled. Uh, Even though CamUp doesn't look like it's a very busy site, on certain nights, I have to tell you guys, it is a busy site on certain nights. So, uh, to be expected, it's probably going to be busy on an all stereo marathon day because there's going to be like CamUp casters on this channel uh, mixed in with our group. So, you pretty much expect the chat room to be filled when we start doing these shows. So I will come back to this channel when within the next week or so, uh, just to give you guys more of an update. The next update is the forums. You guys probably noticed that there is quite of a change that I have done. From when we started out the forums, we had like we didn't have much at all. We pretty much only had a couple of threads, and just the main core of the forums. Now, uh, I started using some of the tools that Pro Boards have provided, and I updated the forums even more. We now have an announcement area, which I can post announcements uh, to all the members. This is only an administrator thing. Uh, Only administrators have access to this, which you only have to have like one site administrator, which is me. So I get the should I say I get to pretty much get to update this stuff. So um, another update I added the day, month, or the day, month, date, and year, and the time. So when people get onto the forums, apparently it's going to be whatever time their time zone is based out of. So my time zone is, Pacific time right now. So it's 4:21 a.m. So depending on who visits the forum at any particular time, let's just say if it's 6 p.m. Eastern, it will show 6 p.m. Eastern for them, or 5 p.m. Central, etc. You know, it's kind of nice to have a day, date, uh, uh, you know, time, whatever, and year. So it's pretty cool. Another thing that I have updated, which I will do this right now, is when you see certain posts, well, it's not in this one, but when you see certain posts, let's go into here, you'll see the avatar right by the folder now. That never used to be there. It was always just a folder, and it will say new right by it or whatever. Now we just have the avatar, and it will say new over here. So you can be informed a lot quicker that someone has posted something. Just like if Pentium 4 person has replied to something, I would see his avatar right on the forums. So that's another benefit to that. So, Another thing that I have added, we had the likes. We had the like system for ever since the forums has started. Now I added a dislike, so I can add a dislike, or I could add a like. Why would I want to dislike something? All right, so if let's just say I wanted to dislike this post, I could go ahead and do so because I'm a snob like that. But that's just for demonstration. So now I added something else. We have the LOL. You can LOL a post too, LOLing this post. So that is also another great benefit to that. Another thing I had added is posting activity. So you can hover over, uh, a person's activity. I have 480 posts, NAN days, NAN active 100. So I can change the amount of posts in days if I really wanted to. I can edit that at any point in time. I could up it up to 500. I could up it up to 1,000 posts, what have you. Right now I have a preset number to 100 posts. Uh, so another thing, if I click edit, another thing that I have done, I added a color palette. We had an old color palette right here, which didn't work very well. It was completely outdated. It needed to be updated. So now, if you wanted to do a simple font, you can change the color if you really wanted to. You could slide this here. You can change the color to green if you want to. Secondary color, you can change it to green. I mean, there's just so much you can do with it, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and save changes to this. So yeah, that's one of the updates that I've done. Also, another update that I have done, which is probably not too noticeable out of all the other updates that I've done to the forums, is the shout box. I updated the smileys. Before it used to be kind of a smaller pop out. Now it's a little bit larger pop out than the last one, but it does look pretty good. Strike through, links. None of this has changed, but I wonder if there's an ignore button. Probably I haven't added an ignore button yet, but pretty soon there will be more changes happening. Early in the forums, I added this calendar so you can tell when a member's birthday is going to be. It's pretty cool. So now, when the person's birthday arrives, it will show a birthday cake right on their profile. So, lets the rest of us know, okay, it's this person's birthday today. Just wish to, pretty much if it's a person's birthday, I'll do like a birthday announcement or something. So I could do a birthday announcement without a thread. So all I have to do is just type up here that person's birthday. So other than that, there hasn't really been very many physical changes to the forums, except for I made the news feed a little bit bigger, a little bit more stretched out. But oh, there's one more thing that I have actually done, which is for stickies. Just one more noticeable. Well, you won't see any stickies in this. Stickies. Where would I find stuff that has stickies? Not in there. So now when you do stickies, okay, it now has its own divider. It never had its own divider before, so now it has its own sticky divider, just like the announcement posts do. So now there is a divider between the sticky and the regular posts. So now people will not get confused over what is a sticky and what is a normal post, because it used to be pretty much overlapped into the actual threads. So pretty much keep that in mind. Like announcements has its own divider. So let's just say if I sticky, I'm going to demonstrate this. Let's just say if I sticky this post right here, it will give it a few seconds here to divide it, because it's a bit buggy. So there, okay, see, you see the gap there? That's divided now from the actual thread. So what I can do now is I can unsticky this. Whoops. I think I stickied it again. Okay, so now I can unsticky this. See how it just pops right back and it's a normal post again. So this is some of the updates that I have actually done with the forums, and I've succeeded. Been playing around with what works and what doesn't. I tried multicolored threads. That didn't work out too well. I'll have to venture into that later on down the road, but for now, the main concern is the main overall look of the forums, and adding features we can use and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, that will be it for this video. Peace out, practice and enjoy. I think there will be more updates coming soon if I have any of the forums, but as of right now, we're pretty much done with the updates. So anyways, practice and enjoy, and we'll see you guys later.